because I really think that Homeboys was trying to make that work. And I think if there was like a chance or like a match that you can kind of just do that or try it out in a very high level, this is it, right? So we're going to draft finally here for game number 2 of Homeboys and Influence Rage. Esmeralda feels like it's still very much ban worthy. They weren't gonna play it like that. It feels like you could have just banned it out.
Yeah. You mentioned the Benedetta, and I'm inclined to actually agree with you here because as we were talking about it earlier, Homeboys might want to continue playing through the macro, or at least having at least one hero that plays the macro very well. If they have the Benedetta in the jungle, they have someone who can rotate the map very well and can either team fight or pressure the side lanes by pushing turrets. So I think we're both seeing eye to eye there. If Homeboys wants to pick up the Benedetta, if they're considering it again, this might be the game to go for that. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Again, Freya is also a looming threat. I love that the Homeboys have just created that just because of their statement game. I mean, it wasn't a statement game, like because of their their very spicy picks yesterday. It just opened up the possibility, right? And if you're Influence Rage watching that game, you'd be kind of just wary of it. You're not gonna expect it right away, but it'll always be on the back of your mind while drafting. So honestly, Homeboys might have actually accidentally created a pretty good strategy yesterday. I'm not saying losing is a strategy, but it kind of just helps here when you're drafting.
Okay, first pick here for Rage. The Grok has been let through now since they no longer banned it. The Kalea open as well. Or they could just fall back into picking the Lancelot again. I'm inclined to think that they'll pick one of the 2 roamers.
I think I would love to see for example, the Kalea earlier, right? Yeah, I love the Kalea for sure. Grok on the roam, it's a really good one. I feel like it's very solid, and you can kind of just not be afraid of Selena's earlier. I think earlier Selena was banned out, right? I can't quite remember. Was it the Homeboys who banned it out?
No, the Selena was open earlier. It just wasn't picked up.
Oh, really? I could have sworn it was banned out. But anyway.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. It was Homeboys banned out. It was the last ban in the red side.
Yeah, there you go. So Selena feels like it is a very good alternative, especially now, right? That the Lunox is actually unusable in this game.
Yeah, we might actually get a Selena Grok pairing if ever. Considering that they don't want to pick up someone who wants to be static, it would be tough to make an Eve work here. Farsa might actually be okay, but yeah, I think Grok Selena, as you mentioned, would be a great combination to have in the center. They are up against a Hilda, should help with tracking the movements of the Hilda and the Lancelot later. Plus vision on vision goes well with the Yi Sun Shin. Might be a little bit too early to pick it up now, but Homeboys already know it might come out. So if they want to, they can pick it. But the Uranus, how do you feel about this pick?
Oh, big beefy boys.
Yeah,
I like it. I actually like it. But then again, you are fighting against a Lancelot, so I'm not sure how well the Uranus is gonna fare against that. Sorry, or the Lancelot is gonna. Yeah, that one. Uranus fare against that, but yeah, it feels like you can kind of just bypass them if you have a lineup that moves fast, like a Lance, like a Hilda. But instead of moving fast, I feel like they just want them to take a big team fight. The Eve, third pick here for Homeboys.
Yeah, the Eve kind of meh for Rage right now. For Homeboys, though, it's great. They get the Hilda and the Eve together, so some strong prio in the mid. They might forgo banning the Kimmy, although the Kimmy will actually do really well in terms of the trading in the center. Homeboys might be just a little bit more okay with playing into that. You suggested the Selena, and yet again, it's going to get banned out by Homeboys, making sure that Rage doesn't end up with it. Meanwhile, the Harith gets taken out, as it is a great combo alongside the Eve for the big team fights.
Okay, Selena banned out means that they might just have a hard time picking up a good mid laner, honestly. Is it time for the Farsa, though? Maybe it is. Maybe you want to just play that for a bit of a slower game. Again, Farsa is the prime pick here for mid, right? If
Yeah.
anything else, for Influence Rage.
Yeah. Thing is, though, Homeboys might just let it through because they might just lean into playing. Because they can pick Gata Kacha. Yuzhong also still open. If ever that Hilda will end up going into the roam instead of the EXP, they can play Hilda roam, Yuzhong EXP. Though they just need to be a little bit tight with the execution. Should be okay. IR takes out Gata, and that should be all signs for Homeboys to just pick up the Yuzhong now. Considering that the Farsa will be going to the side of Rage. Or the Hayabusa. Oh, wait, no, not the Hayabusa. You already have a jungler.
Okay, that was close. Valentina, by the way, possible as well. You suggested it in game 1, right? Valentina is if there's like an Eve on the opposing side, could be a ping. Could be a good pickup.
Could be okay here. I'm just trying to think of the trade in the center. Might be tough, but in terms of the team fighting, for the major objective fights, you will have that utility. I would want them to pick up a Moskov here. You just get that constant stream of attack damage, which should be great. Hovering a Zetien right now. That's one of the picks that I thought might actually show up yesterday. Someone might be willing to try.
Yeah, Zetien 100%. We were actually kind of itching for that on the FYG game, but wasn't really given to us, sadly. But they already have all the global vision they want anyway. So yeah, Farsa's great. Man, that would have been it would have been actually really good for the Selena here. But yeah, Ruby can go in because Selena is banned out. So far, very solid front-loaded lineup for Influence Rage. The only problem for me is if Jotun gets shut down early, there's just not much they can do to take team fights. And you already know that Syndrak is not going to have an easy time as well. He'll probably get hunted down by the Hilda.
Yeah.
Not as good of a draft as it looks like on paper.
Yeah, I think an Xborg or actually an Alice would be a little bit more steady. It would be great. And this would not be a fun time for Rage. Actually, whatever ends up here for Reza. Hilda is going to the roam. Phovius will also just be great no matter what. Phovius, Alice, Xborg, even the Cho would be fantastic. Although this Cho might end up... Let's see. I think Reza and Mel, we might see a switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Possible.
Yeah. It is a roam Cho for Daniel, and it is an XP lane Hilda for Reza. This is a... go-to pick for Daniel. It's something that Husky himself has mentioned that Daniel loves to pick, styles with it. He really wants to set the tempo with this kind of hero. He plays aggressive. He'll be up in the face of Influence Rage.
100%. Again, it could have actually gone either way. But yes, actually, if the Cho is on the roam, 100% more uptime. Especially if you're trying to get as many kills as possible. You want to be able to use your Way of the Dragon as soon as possible the moment you hit level 4. And no Valentina feels like it's actually worse for this one. I feel like Valentina would have been better in this draft, surprisingly. But yeah, let's go ahead and find out if that's going to be the case here. It's Homebois Influence Rage Game 2.
The Grok and the Farsa will really have to set the tempo here, go fast and get picks as soon as possible. Speaking of setting the tempo, Homeboys, as we expected, already up in the face of Rage, but they might be here a little bit too deep. They want to cut, but they might have to give up kills.
Oh, that was funny. Reza just literally walked on up there. He said, "Okay, you blocked this. I'm going out the back door. Just go straight through that tower." That was funny.
Yeah. Good thing he had the minion wave to eat up the hits from the turret for him, or that would have for sure been a kill given off for Rage, but no kills. It's a little bit of tempo, and still steady for both. Paquito and Syndrak just doing what they can to slow down the minion waves in the mid, bulk them up together, and just clear them up fast for some very fast XP and gold.
Fast XP and gold, and look at that Izanami as well. They know that they don't have to be too afraid because Real World is not up yet. So you can just keep doing that now, but later on you're going to have to be a little bit more wary when you actually start grouping up stuff in the mid. And again, they're trying to buy time, as much time as they can for Jotun anyway, so they're not really the main focus of the game right now. Jotun, though, getting invaded a little bit. You're going to lose out on the one jungle camp just because of how a Lancelot will naturally just speed up. Or, no, a little bit of an assist here from Paquito. It means that, you know, XP is relatively even for both our junglers.
Yeah, a slow start besides the little scramble behind the EXP turret up top. It was started off by Homeboys after going for the cut. Now they will have the advantage for the turtle. Rage cannot get close enough just yet. Feathered Airstrike already committed. Daniel with the zone out, and it looks like they're going to be going for purple side invade right after this if they can, and yes they will. Izanami with the first blood. Paquito goes down. No more roamer here. Dangerous waters for Rage as they will also lose their purple buff. Jotun was not able to win the retry battle. Reza and Amal get away with robbery.
That is so much resources going over the Homeboys in the span of a few, like a minute. That is going to be a tough one to climb here. Not to mention, Melcutie was actually just farming up really, really nicely on that wave at the bottom as well, while all of that is happening. So, Influenced Rage, this is one of the cons of picking up a Yi Sun Shin as well. Like, this early on, you can't expect any more than that. Beautiful Way of the Dragon combo as well. Paquito, I think, will go down.
Yes, he will. Let's see if Fury will be able to survive. He will not, as he tried to assist his roamer. Ended up paying the iron price. Could be another kill here, though, but Homeboys will not push the issue anymore. They're happy with what they have. A significant lead this early in the game. Paquito charges up. The tech charge, able to knock up Reza. But Reza was already in the bush, able to benefit a little bit from that as well. Feathered Airstrike versus the real-world manipulation, and Syndrak takes the brunt of the damage. SOD! He is not gonna go into it. Melcutie decides to play it safely.
That was a lot of time being bought by Daniel. As funny as it was that he died like after like 30 to 45 seconds, that is a tangible lead that was taken by Homeboys in the duration while they were having a scuffle on the jungle. I mean, Melcutie was able to take out the tower on the bot side of the map, including everything else. Oh my goodness, though. Rage finally getting a catch on the Daniel after 4 minutes in the game.
Great pick off on the roam. Already 2 deaths for Daniel, but now for Rage. They should be able to utilize that for a very clear, uncontested take on the turtle. But Homeboys are not going to go down with a fight. They send Reza in the roam spot to go forward and get vision. And Amal is close enough. Rage decides to forgo it altogether after they clear the minion wave in the mid. But that means Daniel will be able to come back.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to be able to arrive right on time. Reza going to be able to get a lot of space as well on the side. Jotun getting ready for the steal. And that's a no-go. Alright, Amal securing it up right there and then. And the real world, by the way, going to get Fury super duper low. Guess that's all they're going to lose here, at least for now. But Daniel says, you know what? I'll go take that fight. I'm going to take you out. And then you're going to go down. Amal, though, going in. Izanami going flickering forward as well. Beautifully done. Look at how much carnage, how much damage was done by Homeboys. Chino going half. I don't know. I think at this point, Homeboys should really make a run for it. And yes, he will be. Oh my goodness, no way, Izanami. You're way too win over your head, man. And he's gonna get punished very hard for his insolence. But all said and done, does feel like we are in for a bit of a fight. We're all good in the hood here, and the Homeboys, they didn't get out scot-free, but they got some pretty decent chunk of gold because of all of that exchanges.
Still, definitely, they are more comfortable, except that Rage bite back immediately, trying to take down Daniel, but he gets away. Shunpo just in time and just a sliver of damage. No one could get a basic attack up. No one could get a skill up. And all of that spent only for Daniel to escape. And Rage, though, will balance things out with a push at the bottom.
Yeah, great push at the bottom as well. That's all you want to do. So Again, the gold being distributed all over the teams feel like it's just so close, right? 6.5 minutes, we are at a 3K deficit. And the items a little bit more chunkier for Homeboys, but it is close. I feel like Homeboys might be getting a little bit too comfortable in some of these changes or some of these exchanges that they are losing out small bits of gold to influence Rage. So I feel like they got to lock in as well. I feel like Homeboys might be a little bit too complacent, but again, they are still relatively in the lead.
Playing the map right now, Moskov gets spotted out by Chino up top. The Uranus brings the Moskov down low. Entering with an SOD might be risky later on. Daniel behind enemy lines in the Rage jungle. Reza getting the vision. Amal, will he be able to get close enough? And he will take the turtle away from Rage. Just when they thought they were safe. But Reza gets punished for his gank in the back. The I'm offended by Fury. Buys time, deals damage as well. But Amal finishes off the Ruby. But Homeboys yet again will get away with the turtle take with the retry win by Amal.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent 1-for-1, and I don't know, for some reason Amal is just gonna go ahead and check these bushes. Just when you thought Homeboys was gonna get out with a pretty decent trade, they give out even more than they should lose. Again, that is the trend here for Homeboys. Instead of just backing off completely, hey boys, we got 1K, why not go for 2? And they give out 200.
Except it looks like they're going to trade it out across the map as they kick Chino under the tower. Chino trying to get away from this, already committed to Purify, but he'll get taken out there by Melqt. The feathered airstrike gets readjusted, flicker forward by Syndrak, and it's perfect. Jotun takes down Daniel. SOD! Melqt firing off on Influence Rage with 3 members down. The turnaround has been completed.
Yeah, that was a little bit way too aggressive here for Influence Rage. Again, this time around, they're the ones who seem to be biting off more than they can chew. Paquito in trouble here. Reza. By the way, I love the way that Reza just inserted himself right through that bush into the team fight the moment that he saw that the real world was in. That was beautifully engaged. And Melqt, the coordination to throw the SOD at the perfect time as well. Homeboys definitely getting a lot more control on this map. I guess they are realizing, you know what? You might be giving away a bit much. Let's take some more. And they're doing it in a really, really conservative fashion this time.
If they're going to lose something, trade out something good for it as well. They only wanted 1, but they ended up walking away with 3 because Rage decided to join in the fight, and it just didn't go their way. You can see here the confidence of Daniel, his signature pick for the last season of MPL Malaysia. And the confidence he shows off, playing the chill, getting the vision. There are 4 members of Rage nearby, and he is unfazed. He knows he'll be able to get away.
Yeah, unfazed and just ready to go for it again. Like, it's just a lot easier against the Grok, right? Before, you couldn't really knock up a Grok because, you know, when charging up. But now, it's a lot easier. He has more opportunities to go for those Jeet Kune Do knockups. And no one's actually safe here. Again, hunting down Jotun is target priority number 1, but he is actually just playing relatively safe.
Homeboys have the lead across the map. Again, the threat of the Moskov still unsolved by Rage. Not just in this game, but even the previous one as well. Daniel in the back. Almost spotted out. Jotun gets a kick, but it goes away. He's just bothering them. The SOD, unfortunately, didn't land, but he'll be able to conceal away. The members of Homeboys already locking in on the Lord. It was a buy time. It was a ruse, and it goes towards Amal. Daniel gets taken out by Syndrak. Reza goes down as well. Homeboys have lost bodies, but they need to trade out the kills here. Amal gets the kill onto Syndrak to balance things out. The wall gets brought up, but no more tech charge for Paquito. All the while, Melqt just split pushing the top lane.
That was very high effort here for Homeboys, honestly. Really good for them to actually maximize the space. Daniel going on the hunt for Jotun, Melqt on top side taking care of the turret, and them going for the Lord at the same time. So that's like super multitasking, 3 tasks at a time. They gave up 2 bodies, but it feels like it's really, really worth it. And now they have a Lord walking up on bottom. They can kind of just sync that with mid. Maybe something can happen.
Are they going to be able to get a considerable push with this? Top lane handled well. Lord, a full commit might not be in the books here for Homeboys. They just want to pop up the Holy Shield passive if they can. Then if ever full commit, great placement of the Rampart. Although Rage will lose the tower in the mid, still trying to find an opening here is Homeboys. Lantern already built up by Izanami. But Rage will not give it. Homeboys have to do a little bit more to break down the defense of Rage.
Yeah, so much more, right? Obviously, they're buying time for Jotun. He is 5-2. So, technically, this YSS is really healthy already.
Yeah.
But, again, he's having a hard time actually using those items, using that sharp blade, using the crit. Can't really go near too much against a Hilda, against a Lancelot, against a Cho. So, he's always been having to basically just skirt around, and it's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, loads of pressure for a lineup that has Yi Sun Shin to go up against what Homeboys decided to field here. Fury and Paquito really need to be on top of their game with peeling for Jotun, making sure that they don't run Wolf King for the Ruby or even the I'm Offended if they're not going to use it to initiate. The tech charge, the Mighty Swing, anything just to give a little bit of room for your Yi Sun Shin, extra bits of crowd control to stop Homeboys from diving on your main carry. Because right now he's the main damage dealer alongside that Farsa. The problem is Homeboys, they've been pretty good in terms of just throwing who they need to throw at Rage at the right time. Again, we talked about it. Their man marking is brilliant, and that continues today.
I think they did that exceptionally well earlier. Again, splitting up the map basically in 5. If you actually look at the mini-map earlier, you will actually notice that the whole of Infiltration is in the middle, and they're actually just surrounding them, like almost in a perfect circle. So I loved when I saw that, and I can't wait to see what else they can do. But Influence Rage feels like they're also catching up slowly, man. That gold lead at 6K, it doesn't feel as difficult to overcome, especially at almost approaching the late game of the game of this match with like 13 minutes, 14 minutes on the timer.
Yeah. Could be a turnaround nearby. Chino applying the pressure down bot. He knows Malcuti is there. Just trying to show himself. Potentially get the vision or give the info when the SOD gets tossed out. He also just built up the Chastised Pauldron as well to deal with the Moskov. And I like this 3-2 split for Rage. You get your mid laner alongside the EX laner and try to pressure down the Moskov. So I like the play here for Rage, but at some point they're going to have to let this go and then go towards the Lord. Kick already committed.
Oh!
SOD not going to land, unfortunately, for Homeboys, but they didn't need it as 3 members of Rage just fell down like that. Overcommitted with getting the vision. Overcommitted with going for the soft contest and going for the dance. Concealed by Daniel. Locks in onto Syndrak. He uses the flicker to create space against the Cho. Homeboys dives in under the turret, but they don't have the minion waves to clear up the top turret. So Amal will look towards starting progress on the Lord.
Yeah, they're trying to buy as much time as they can, honestly, and that's all they need to do. Again, despite Melcuti not actually joining the team fight, Homeboys a pretty chonky amount of tempo, not to mention the solo kill almost for Amal against Jotun. So that's already proof that, okay, you know what, you're a 4 protect 1, but your 1 can't really handle a Lancelot. So that's a big problem.
Yeah. Flying Clouds to get out of the base much quicker. Homeboys will have the Lord. They have a considerable lead. They are already past the 50,000 threshold, while Influence Rage is only at the 40. At this point in the game, definitely endable for Homeboys. They just need to play their cards right.
Yep, that's right. I don't know if they're going to be able to utilize the Lord that much, since it feels like Influence Rage is primed in position for the defense. But they're definitely going to try. Let's see if that's going to happen here.
Amal cutting behind right away. I set onto Syndrak so that they can pressure down the feathered airstrike of this Farsa. Real world manipulation already dropped down here, and Chino takes the brunt of the damage. Turret in the mid gets taken down. Homeboy still playing the slower game. They know they can't force anything, though they can, and they don't want to risk turning this 10,000 lead into a 5,000 lead. They want to hold on to their advantage as long as possible. They're not clearing them away with bot. They're allowing that to push in naturally.
Yeah, and they're going to wait for the wave on mid and then maybe go for a pick-off here, which is exactly the plan.
Daniel gets pulled back in by Rage, and he might get taken out, but he survives again. MelQT eats a feathered airstrike. Not enough health on him to focus down the turret. Amal's Phantom Execution gets cancelled, but he'll still be able to get away. The flicker tech charge by Paquito to take down the Cho, and Reza could be up next. Immortality pop, and just like that, Rage still in this.
Yeah, they're fighting back, man. They are fighting back. I think you kind of just realize how tanky the Rage lineup is when HOMEBOIS' lineup can't really make a dent if IR groups up as a 5. I feel like that's their main strength, and I think they're using it very, very well at 17 minutes, which is about time, man. About time.
HOMEBOIS want to end it here. If this goes to game 3, this is going to be anyone's. The advantage that you have, the advantage that you had, HOMEBOIS. How long can you hold on to it as Rage now opens up the map even more through patience, through waiting, and this is the strength of their lineup when they are all together, as you mentioned. 25 seconds up until the next Lord spawns.
It's really hard to isolate any single member from Influence Rage, especially if Paquito, Fury, and if they're all like up on front. You've got obviously a Uranus as well that's so hard to bypass. And MelQT is actually getting marked very well by Syndrak, if you guys have noticed. MelQT had so many opportunities to maybe make a free hit happen, but he's so hesitant just because of the presence of the Pharsa. Again, Pharsa is like public enemy number 1 of most gold laners, especially marksmen. So he's doing a pretty good job as well, keeping in control. But doesn't take away from the fact that HOMEBOIS, they are definitely in control of this game still.
They got a minion wave up top. They will start off the Lord first. Paquito gets the vision, and the formation of HOMEBOIS is very easy for a great tech charge to land. Look at Daniel, though, of HOMEBOIS, cutting way far behind. The minion wave is going to be coming out. He'll get spotted out, and now HOMEBOIS will apply the pressure because Daniel has been spotted. He tries to go for the kick, and he buys time. And just like that, Rage has given up the Lord to HOMEBOIS. They wanted to cover their back, and they get punished for it. Real-world manipulation. SOD lands as well, and HOMEBOIS decides to full send, but Syndrak is here with a feathered airstrike to answer. And Rage are answering to the threat of HOMEBOIS. Winter Crowns and Immortalities getting exchanged as MelQT is able to free hit and take down Jotun. This Moskov has been the problem for majority of the game, and it is still unanswered by Rage. Only 3 members on their side remaining. HOMEBOIS have their eyes set. No more waiting. Time to end it now. Moskov trying to find space. HOMEBOIS creates a space, but Paquito with a check charge to take down the Moskov, but it's just Fury. He is not enough. HOMEBOIS gets the win.
And just like that, Influence Rage are out of Games of the Future 2025. HOMEBOIS, that was shaky. That was a shaky last few minutes there. I have to really commend Daniel going for like the crazy out of this world insertions into random parts of the map. It's actually throwing Influence Rage off of their tempo, which they were already planning like a really good Lord fight. They were planning to go ahead and go for the steal, but suddenly there's like a Cho on your back line hunting down your YSS. It's like it's so good at making sure that your enemy is not prepared to take a 5v5 against you.
What a terrific performance by these two, though it was a sweep. It was 2 very competitive games of Mobile Legends Bang Bang, with, I think, Influence Rage definitely should not be ashamed of any of the results here. They were very competitive in this one. They were competitive as well yesterday. 8-1 and 10 for Izanami. Real world manipulation versus the feathered airstrike. The timing of his ultimate was absolutely clutch for majority of the team fights of HOMEBOIS, Rockhart.
Yeah, absolutely. Izanami, man.